この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。Animators in Japan have been quoted to have been working under an illegally harsh industry, said American animator Henry Thurlow, who has witnessed it firsthand. Some animators in the low ranks are earning as low as $100 a month. Animators being forced to work overtime to meet deadlines to the point of ending up in hospitals or even suicide. Animators are only being paid by the drawing, not by a salary, though some studios like Kyoto Animation are an exception. Sometimes these work conditions that the animators are facing can translate onto the animation they're working on, resulting in off-model characters, constant animation mistakes, and even a cry for help in the credits. The Sakuga community calls this Sakuga崩壊, which can be roughly translated to animation collapse. What usually causes animation collapse is the aforementioned conditions in the studios, plus plenty more such as a low budget, resulting in animation being outsourced to other countries like South Korea, China, etc. due to the low cost, and the lack of staff available to work on these series. Now today, we'll be focusing on two anime that have received attention for its animation collapse, these two being from 2018. Hood's Entertainment's Marchen Madchen and NAZ's My Sister My Writer. Marchen Madchen is based on a media mix concept by the late Tomohiro Matsu, who passed away 2 years prior to the TV premiere. The series was directed by Hisashi Saito and Shigeru Ueda at Hood's Entertainment, known for such titles like Akisora and most recently 3D Kanojo. Character designs were conceptualized by Kantoku of Hentai Prince and The Sister Is All You Need fame, and adapted by Yuki Morikawa. The series follows a lonely high school girl named Hazuki, who loves literature and would read whenever she felt like escaping into the world of books. One day, she is intrigued by a mysterious hooded person and decides to follow them as they head towards the library, where she is suddenly transported to a different world where she meets that hooded figure, aka a girl attending Kusunoha Girls Academy named Shizuka. Hazuki comes to realize she has hidden magic powers connected to the Book of Cinderella. For the duration of the series, Hazuki learns of her new powers and joins the battle between the Academy and several others in the tournament. Oh wow, that sounds cool. I want to see how it ends. Oh, you poor little boy. Unfortunately, the production started to fall apart. Episode 9 was delayed by 2 weeks due to production issues, resulting in the first 2 episodes having to be re-aired, and we thought, hey, we might get stellar animation after 2 weeks. But that did not happen. Episode 9 was riddled with animation problems. Battle animation looking unpolished and slow, inconsistent character drawings, and even got the freaking voices mixed up. What exactly caused this to happen? Well, basically, the studio was basically in flames. From animation having to be constantly corrected to the point of having some scenes uncorrected due to the small amount of time they had between production and broadcast. It caused one of the directors to step down, multiple production staff having to leave, and the remaining staff struggling to finish episodes on time, on lower pay rates even by industry standards. Because of the lack of staff, a lot of the animation had to be corrected by the key animators themselves, to the point where there were no animation directors available for episode 7, resulting in one person being credited, despite the fact that he only corrected 20 cuts. Eventually they were granted a 2-week break to catch up on production, giving them time to find production assistants to help out on the remaining episodes. Episode 9 ended up being fully outsourced, but outsourced too late, as the episode might have looked decent if it wasn't for the CEO rejecting the idea early on and then changing his mind later, resulting in the rush job. For by episode 10, things looked fine, and we're eager to see the ending of the series. Or so we thought. Unfortunately, because the series ran over its 12-episode time slot, the last 2 episodes were delayed. They were originally planned to release on May, then were delayed to December, and just recently to April of 2019. We don't know what exactly is going on at the studio, but it's likely they're just busy on 3D Kanojo Season 2. I just hope it doesn't get delayed to 2021. Don't jinx it. Oh yeah, episode 9 ended up being completely redone for the Blu-ray release. Backgrounds redesigned, mistakes fixed, off-model characters looking good again, and etc. And it's all thanks to Ikachi Elpika, some subcontracting studio that did that train crossing anime last year. This is Magia Duraglier's first project, a new studio founded by director Hiroyuki Furukawa after the release of Hajimete no Gao. NAZ joins them to animate My Sister, My Writer. As mentioned, this is directed by Hiroyuki Furukawa, who did Hajimete no Gao in 2017, and this is based on a light novel written by Seiji Ebisu. The story is about a young novelist named Yu Nagami with a little sister named Suzuka. Unfortunately, the story he submitted to a competition did not make it, but rather, a story about a little sister somehow made it. And guess who wrote it? His little sister. The novel became a big hit, impacting many readers' lives, for some reason. Though because she feels embarrassed of revealing her true identity to the world, his brother has to be Towano Chikai's public face. Oh yeah, that's her sister's pet name. We meet these other characters, like Mai, Yu's favorite novelist, and Towano Chikai's first fan, Ahigawa W. Piece, the illustrator for the novel, and Sakura Minazuki, a voice actress that wants to be Towano Chikai's, quote, little sister. Sounds like trash, am I right? Or am I right? Not only the story was kinda trash, the animation was certainly trash. Continuity errors, off-model character models. I mean, are those even the same people? Mouths that are not even on the characters' faces, and the derpiest faces you could ever come across in anime. Like, you could make a whole compilation music video out of it or something. Well, currently there is no information about how the production went down. We do have some clues. For one, we didn't get a properly animated opening until episode 5. And if you look at the credits for each episode, most of the episodes were outsourced to different countries all around the world. Episodes 2 and 3 were handled mostly in Studio Buyu, though animation directors involved were in-house. Episode 4 was done at Studio Tama, with additional outsourcing at a Chinese studio named 7 Seas. Episode 5 was done at Zeta Pictures, Episode 7 was done at Lu Yang Animation, and Episodes 8 and 10 were done at 7 Stone Studios in China, although some in-house talent was involved in those episodes. There have been tweets from people assumed to be animators working for the series, saying that they haven't been paid for their work, and in episode 6, there is what might be a cry for help in the ending credits. Buried in the list of key animators, a name sticks out: Shojiki Komata. This is not a real name, as Shojiki is a noun, meaning to be honest, and Komata meaning to be troubled. This possibly means, honestly, we're having trouble here. This may describe the conditions going on in the studio, but we don't really know until we have confirmation from someone actually working on the series. This also might be the pen name of an animator, but given that this name has yet to appear in any other anime, it's probably unlikely. To reiterate, working on anime is hard. However, despite the issues that the production clearly had, let's not ignore how they at least tried to make the best they could, though not in the best circumstances. And hell, Marchen Madchen wasn't that bad of a show. In fact, it was actually quite interesting. But My Sister, My Writer... This was sort of a departure from my previous type of content, as I'm currently running out of creative drive. But I hope you gained a factoid or two from this video. If I missed something, either leave it in the comments or click on the sources in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you in April. Ooh, tease. Alright, keep digging diamond miners, cause I'll see you at the end of the tunnel. See you later. の番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。Please like and share and comment on the video. Please like and share and comment on the video.